Hi guys, Mark from Burton Bibles here, just bringing you a brief video review of this Bible that we have in front of us. This was one of the freebies that I got from the recent Christian Resources Together event for Christian retailers, held in Derbyshire. Had a great time there, a wonderful day, picked up lots and lots of new stuff, made some great contacts and connections, and it's only exciting stuff for Burton Bibles. I'm just videoing this with the phone in my hand, so apologies if it does get a little shaky. I've moved the my tripod type setup around a bit, so apologies. If you don't like this sort of format, please tell me in the comments, and of course I will accept that feedback as constructive. But for this review anyway, we'll get up a little bit closer. We'll go Eric 1111 style here, and see how we get on, pay a bit of homage to him. So yeah, this is the NIV, New International Version Journaling Bible from Hodder and Stoughton here in the UK. They have the rights to publish the NIV, and yeah, it's an interesting one. It's a hardbound book. It's quite attractive though. It's got this sort of blue navy type elastic closure, and it's got two pretty nice, not fantastic quality, but very nice colour anyway, ribbons coming out of it. And what does it say on the back? It's got a quote from Psalm 28, and it's British text, so it's anglicised for the UK. And it's talking about the NIV, and what a great translation it is. And I must admit, it's not been one of my well-used translations in the past, but the NIV sits, broadly speaking, in the middle of that translation sliding scale from literal on the left-hand side, word-for-word translation, all the way across to sort of paraphrasing. This is more in the middle, sort of a thought-for-thought, a dynamic equivalence, as they say, and we'll take a look at it. It's got wide margins for taking notes. It's an 8.5 point font, and it is single column, so straight away it's probably not one for me. I'm not a big fan of single column Bibles, but there we go. Let's get inside it. There's a bit of a oh, this is quite cool. Ideas for using your journaling Bible. I always like that when people give suggestions of how to use it. That's good. So there's some good advice there. A presentation page, yeah. And then we get into it, and let's take a look. New International Version. Hodder. A little bit about the Bible there. And what are we going to get? We're going to get contents, a welcome to the Bible. It's interesting. People of the Bible. This paper feels quite thick already, which is encouraging. Events in the Bible, events in the life of Jesus, parables, miracles of Jesus. That's useful information, obviously. That's got references there as well. Help and guidance. Different things that you can find, where to find them in the scriptures, and a bit of a reading guide as well. That's cool. There's a bit of a preface, which is in relation to the translation, textual basis, and the translation philosophy and all that sort of stuff. And then we're into the Old Testament straight away. And this is the layout that you're going to get. Nice big. That's got to be over 2 inches. That margin. Let me just grab my ruler. Apologies for the camera shake. Let's have a look what we've got. Yeah, we've got nearly 2.5 inches. About 2.25. A good 2.25 inches. That's generous. That's pretty good. And we've got some references at the bottom anyway. It's suggesting the interpretation from the Masoretic text. So it has got some translation notes and references at the bottom, sort of thing. You're going to get subject headings, and it is a oh no, it's not quite a chapter and verse layout, but it's a chapter and a paragraph layout anyway, and it looks like we've got some little subject headings, which is always handy, I think. It's something the New King James does as well, and it's just nice to use that when you're scanning the pages to get a feel for what's in the actual passage. We've got book references at the top, Genesis 3:16, and the same on the right hand side as well, and we've got page numbers as well. And these references are quite interesting. So manna sounds like the Hebrew for what is it, so that's interesting. It's giving you some little helps at the bottom, I suppose. And the text itself, this 8.5 font, doesn't seem like 8.5. It's bigger than a Pit Minion for sure, but it's not as clear. It's not like a Clarion. It seems smaller than the Clarion, which is I'm not sure what the Clarion is actually. To be fair, the Clarion might be a 10-point font. I'm not sure, but no, I think it's 8.75. So yeah, that might be. It may be a little bit smaller than the Clarion, but nevertheless, it's very clear. It's very readable, and I'm just checking the Clarion. It is an 8.75 font. Yeah. So it's clear and it's readable. The paper is sort of off-white and it's very thick. I'm not going to mark it to test it because I may well be giving this Bible away to somebody. So yeah, I'm not going to tarnish it with any test sort of scribbles. But it's quite nice. The pages are all separate. They're not all stuck together. There's no gilding, you see, and you can see the signatures quite clearly there, which is nice. So I would judge from that the Bible is Smith sewn and glued. We can definitely see evidence of some glue in there, and it's very nice. It's got a nice feel to it, this Bible. Lies flat because it's a hardback, which is one of the great things about hardbacks. What have we got? It's not red letter. I didn't think it would be. Oh, let's double check that. No, it's not red letter. What have we got in the back? We got any helps at all? I think not. There's nothing in the back. That is the back page. Table of weights and measures. No maps, no concordance, nothing, nada, zip. So there's not a great deal else going on in this edition other than the NIV text, which is presented clearly in a single column paragraph style. As we go into the poetic sections, it's very nice, and it's something that you could use for an easy translation, but on some nice thick paper that doesn't come at a big price. I don't know what this is going to retail for. 25 quid, so about $30, something like that. But it's good for getting a lot of, you could do a lot of notes in here. And they wouldn't have to be super neat or anything. You could use this Bible maybe throughout a year and just take notes in your daily readings and use it for that purpose, file it away and use it again, I don't know. Or you could get several of them if the NIV is your preferred translation. So it's pretty good. It's not particularly attractive though, but it depends what look you want. I mean, if you want to go for that rugged, sort of recycled look, perhaps a volume that you can use Sharpies on and do your own artwork on here, or something like that, that's possibly what you could use this for. Chuck it in a backpack. It doesn't really matter. It's going to get battered probably, but it's nice. It's good. It has a purpose, I think. It's not super small and portable though. It's just under 2 inches. It's about 1 3/4 inches. But it's just a little bit more than hand size. So that gives you a feel for the size here. But I quite like that, and it's good that publishers are doing these sorts of Bibles to encourage marking, to encourage people not to be precious about their Bibles. You know, if this was goat skin and art gilt and all the rest of it, you probably wouldn't be keen on marking it, but this Bible is certainly good for that. So thumbs up from me, nice edition. Hope you've enjoyed that and found it interesting, and I'll see you soon. Bye.